Hi, so today I wanted to show you my makeup routine, and in the next video I'm going to show you my hair routine. I haven't been wearing my hair straight like this for probably about a week now. I've been doing beachy waves. I'm going to show you in the next video, but right now I wanted to show you my makeup routine. I don't always use foundation. I have dry skin. I've tried liquid foundations, but I haven't really found any that I liked. There are still a few I'm going to try out. I have been using Sephora's Mineral Powder Foundation in R20. I don't use it all of the time, but when I do, I use it with the applicator that it comes with, which is just the sponge applicator, and I usually use the full coverage side. And then if I use a concealer, I have an under eye concealer that I haven't used in a long time. And if there's any dark spots, for instance, when you have dry skin, it's going to sound gross. It gets itchy and flaky, and when you scratch it and pieces come off, it's really gross. I'm so sorry. But sometimes when pieces come off underneath, it will be kind of reddish. So it will look like dark spots underneath a foundation. And for that, at least since the Champagne collection has come out, I've used the Chromographic Pencil by MAC. And this one is the NW25 NC30. They had a lighter one that I almost got. I kind of wish I had gotten both of them, but this one's been working really well. Usually if I'm going to wear foundation, I will just apply that. And then with this pencil, even though I just put it back, I have some red lines like underneath my lips. You can't really see it because I was using this pencil for it earlier. I use this to kind of like get rid of that redness. It is kind of like right along my lips. Just kind of brush it against it. I don't do anything too harsh, especially if my lips are really dry. Just kind of rub it in a little bit, just on that edge. And then the rest of my lips I fill in last. Lipstick, liner, lip gloss, whatever I'm using on my lips, I usually do. It's probably one of the last things right before I leave the house. But I'm going to do it at the end of this video. So the next thing that I would do is my eyebrows. I don't have too much that has to be filled in underneath. If you can see, it's like it's kind of even under there, but I need to fill in over here and then above here a little bit. And I've been using NYX, it's eyebrow cake powder in black gray. I really like this. I think it works really, really well. And I use the brushes that it comes in just because it's so much easier. I like my makeup routine to be as quick as possible. I take the spiral brush that they have, which just looks like a mascara brush. Now you can either pull your eyebrows up or down. If you have less under here and you need to do your filling in under there, then you would pull it up just to get those stray hairs. But I'm going to pull this down. I didn't even do like the other side of my face, so if the editing seems weird, I'll probably cut out like some of it. And what I do with the brush to pick up the color, it looks like this, it's slanted. I don't take either side of it, I take that part. So I take that, and just like that, I'll rub it lightly into the color that I'm going to use it, and I rub it like a few times. And I take the, see where it has like a swooping tip? That tip, the highest point, I start that from here and go back. And you want to start this in the darkest part of your brow because your first stroke of this is going to have the most amount of color, and you want to pull that color back a little bit. I start right here and then just kind of pull back and then form that line where I'm kind of filling in those brows. And that's it. Like, it's just as easy as that. And then I do the other side. After I do that, I brush it back up. This part you can either do before you do your eyeshadow or after you do your eyeshadow. And that's to put clear mascara over it. So this is Great Lash Clear Mascara. And that's just to make sure that they all kind of sit down. There is wax that comes in that little palette, which I love. but it runs out so quickly that I really just kind of save that for special occasions where I'm just running out of the house, or, you know, just doing my everyday stuff, running errands or whatnot. This is fine. For eyes, I'm using, I hope I don't get any shadow on this. Let me just take off my jacket just to make sure I don't get any eyeshadow on it. Urban Decay Naked palettes are going to be coming with their shadow brush, which is this brush right here. I'm going to use this. Usually I use like whatever brushes I have. Most of the ones I use are the Studio Tools I got at Target. But I'm going to use all Urban Decay ones for this. So I'm using the Naked palette. And I'm going to do a review of this. Definitely look out for that one. I'm going to go into the switch that they're making as far as the liner and the brush goes. The very first thing I do is I go into Virgin, which is the lightest color right here, and that's your highlight. So I take the Good Karma shadow brush. You can use any flat shader brush, any shadow brushes, and I'm just going to go into the color Virgin, and that's going to be my highlight. You can use this as a highlight on your face as well. I haven't found too many highlighting powders that I've liked enough to use as part of my daily routine. Hopefully I will find one soon, although I have tried enough of them. Only for the first two colors I'm going to be using this brush, plus for the highlight I use this brush. So you can have a tissue handy and just rub it off on the tissue. Or what I do, because I don't know, I guess I'm lazy and I want less of a cleanup, is I kind of, since I hold palettes like this, and usually I do use a palette, I'll just kind of brush it off on my hand right there. And that does the trick too. And then when I'm done, I can just either go and wash my hand or rub it off. Usually the shadow rubs right off. After that, I'm going to go right into the color Sin, which is right next to Virgin. And that's going to be my inner corner color. You could also use Virgin as your inner corner color as well. Next color I'm going into is Sidecar. And Sidecar is right there. Just the fourth color in. And this one has a little bit of shimmer, but it's really pretty. And that is my middle of the lid color. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to use the Good Karma crease brush, which looks like this. And I'm going into Darkhorse, which is this color right there. And I'm going lightly in it because if you can see, like, it picks up a lot of the color. And I'm just using this for the outer corner, and I'm going to bring it up into the crease and above the other two colors we just did. I really like neutral looks now. When I was younger, I did a lot more colorful looks. I will sometimes for special occasions, but for everyday looks, I really like neutral. So I'm loving this palette, and it's about to become more available to everybody than it was before. When I do my review, I will get into the reasons why it was so hard to find before and what Urban Decay's remedy for that is going to be. So you can use you can make Darkhorse lighter or darker. It's really something that's kind of a buildable color, but you want to be careful how much goes on the brush, because if you put too much, it's going to be really, really dark. I've done that before. So right now I just have it looking really light, but if I want to darken it up a little bit, especially in the crease, this is another look that, at least in my opinion, can be good for day or night. And then I'm going to brush off the excess Darkhorse color off of that brush. Although you can still see it on the brush, it's not coming off or anything. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend everything in. For a liner, now what brush I usually use, I think I'm gonna go with that brush instead. And this is from the Sonia Keshuk collection, and this is the liner brush for her. So I think I'm just gonna use it. And I'm gonna go back into that color Sin. And I'm just going to put that in the corner. And then a little on the corner underneath. And next to that, I'm going to use the color Sidecar. And that just adds like a little bit of shimmer. It doesn't do too much. And then out of the lower outer corner, I'm going back into Darkhorse. Remember, that can be a pretty dark color, but you can also really blend it out. When I do looks, I don't like to switch around different palettes too much. I know like a lot of people will do that, and I've done it sometimes, but I like to keep everything in the same palette because I just like to keep everything so simple. I just want to grab the palette and that's it. Like, I actually forgot a step for this. I got this palette from Sephora.com and it came with a little mini primer potion. I just forgot to put the primer potion on. Put the primer potion on, at least if you remember. I'll put an annotation in the beginning explaining that I forgot to put it on, and to put it on if you have it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the liner in 0. Love the color payoff and how smooth it goes on. So I'm going to start that from the middle. It's my favorite eyeliner. Although eyeliner is definitely one of those things that you can get drugstore brand too. This just happened to be in my palette, so it just made it a lot easier. The last thing I'm going to do is my lips. I can't remember what the name of this is. It's from the Tartan collection. I'll put an annotation over here about what the name of this one is, because when my boyfriend gave it to me for Christmas, he made me up a stocking and he put it in the stocking and he couldn't fit the box in it, so he threw the box away. The color, first thing I'm going to do is put on the lip color, which is called Synch. And this was like a mini collection. It's just like a pretty light pink color. And I'm only really going to like line the top lip. Now this color can come off a little too pink at times, so I don't want to go too crazy with it. It almost won't match the lipstick if I do, and then I just want to blend it a little bit. And then instead of barreling right down on the tip, on the lower lip, I'm going to take like the side of it, almost like I did with the concealer. Just kind of take the side of it. It's a really dry. And if your lips are really dry and it collects it like that, just make sure to rub it in. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lipstick, and this is in Mellow Mood. It's a lustre. It's so pretty. I love the packaging on this. See, it's like gold, and it just feels like really smooth, just to kind of, that sounds silly, doesn't it? It just kind of feels so smooth just to like pop the top off and, you know, put it back on and stuff. This is a very light color, but it has a decent color payoff. It has color. Oh, I got some on my teeth. I love that color. It's so pretty. And then it came with a Dazzleglass and Baby Sparks. It looks like that. It's very pretty. Sometimes these come off kind of sticky. And that's it. That's pretty much my everyday makeup look that I've been doing. Usually I try and get through things really quickly, so I'll just kind of grab everything I need, like, you know, all 3 lip products is in a little bag. 2 of the eye products are in the palette, and you know me, I keep my palettes in the plastic, which means it's also with the primer that I forgot to use today. And then I just kind of like grab the other things that I use, which are all in drawers that are close to each other, and then the brushes, and that's like it. It seems like a lot, but once you get used to your own routine and when you find something that you really like that really works for you, it's so quick. You just grab everything and put it on and you're out the door. That was it for my makeup, and I go do my hair look right now, and I will see you soon. Bye.